A happy Saturday to you and yours, friends, from the back deck at Edgewood. This is our 19th hole special at the 2025 American Century Championship. He's Alex Margulies. I'm Mike Stephenson. Our mobile desk brought to you by the Legends Bay Casino and the Circus Sportsbook. Our coverage proudly sponsored by IBEW Local 401. Round 2 in the books. Alex, let's just say get your popcorn ready for Sunday.
You know, this is always an incredible tournament. I feel like the play just keeps amping up every single year. And you look at that leaderboard, Mike, it is tightly stacked. We are going to have a very fun finish on Sunday.
We've got a ton of highlights from the leaders. Let's jump into them. Would you believe the top 5 have never won this tournament? We begin with Taylor Twellman, a second-year player here at the ACC. He was the 8th place finisher a year ago. Very respectable for a year 1 player. He's sitting at 44 points, 21 Friday, 23 Saturday, 4 birdies, 3 bogeys. Today he will enter Sunday as the co-leader.
Right behind him, or actually tied with him at 44, Joe Pavelski, who had a fantastic finish in this one, Mike. Talk about a guy that has come so close to winning this tournament. He, of course, now is retired. He said he's able to spend a little bit more time on his golf game. Will that be a factor?
Birdied his last 3 holes. How about the country music star Jake Owen? He shoots 2 under par today, the round of the day at the ACC. 25 huge points. Jake Owen, 41 points, will round out that final group on Sunday. And then Adam Thielen, also a big day, 21 points. He's sitting at 40. He also had he had a double bogey on 15, able to bounce back, and he is very much in contention, as is the legend, Annika Sorenstam. A lot of folks have been hoping to see Annika get this done one of these years. 20 points on Saturday. She's at 37, sitting 5th overall. Quick mention of Steph Curry. So 21 points Friday for the 23 winner. Just 14 on Saturday, but he did end with a big birdie on 18. But he had double bogeys on 4 and 5. Nonetheless, Steph within striking distance. We had a chance to catch up with those leaders. Final group on Sunday. That's where you want to be, right? How you feeling?
Yeah, excited. Obviously, coming into the week, you take that all day long. Feels like there's been more out there for me at times, but found a little confidence coming down the stretch and just freed up a little bit at times. And the putter can stay good the way it was here coming down the stretch on the back 9. It would be helpful tomorrow.
It felt good. I left a few out there, which kind of chaps your you know what. So it was fun. Obviously, the crowds have been great. Weather's been great. Course is playing spectacular, but a little frustrated. It probably should have been 26, 27, but it is what it is.
It's funny, as I told you, I didn't even know what I shot today. I just was like hole to hole, and I knew I made some birdies, but when I just looked at the card and saw that I shot a couple under par, I was like, whoa, it's been a minute since I've played that well. So I had a great day, so it was cool.
It was a little bit up and down. I made quite a few birdies, which is obviously it helps on this type of format. You need to be more aggressive. So anyway, feels good to have a little bit more points today than I did yesterday. So if I can improve tomorrow, that'd be awesome.
Played well today, had a lot of fun, made a lot of putts, so can't complain, but got to find a way to do it again.
I know you want this thing bad, right? Just take us into your preparation and how it'll look before you tee off Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, just try to have that mindset, that competitive mindset to just do everything possible to prepare. Work on some of the shots that I know I'm getting out here, and then go let it fly.
Mike, a lot of excitement out on the golf course today. Maybe none more so than the former Major League Baseball star Jimmy Rollins with an ace on number 12. That makes it now 3 years in a row that we have seen a hole-in-one. Of course, Steph Curry did it 3 years ago, or 2 years ago rather. Last year was Tim Brown knocking it on this same very hole, number 12 here at the American Century Championship. Rollins, best known for his time with the Philadelphia Phillies, also with the Dodgers. On number 12, 154 yards, a par 3, of course.
Unbelievable.
A 50-yard wedge, Mike. 50-yard wedge.
I would never pull a wedge out in that circumstance. Claims a $350,000 Mastercraft boat. Last year, Tim Brown won the boat. I think Mastercraft might have to take out a loan or maybe just get rid of the ACC altogether. But 3 years in a row, a hole-in-one, and you had a chance to catch up with Jimmy.
It doesn't get better than that. I've never had a hole-in-one. I've been close a number of times, and honestly, when it landed, it was in my head like, okay, here we go again. It's going to roll right in front of the hole, and I have to tap in for a par. But nope, instead, it decided to go in the hole, and I won a boat. I'm very excited about the boat. I had to sell my boat when I moved from Tampa 6 years ago, and I've always kind of debated on getting one. Next week I'll be in Gaza. Shane has his boat. We go out on the water every single day. So now I think the way I got mine, the way I earned mine, I have bragging right.
Where does this rank in all-time sports moments for you? You played in a World Series. Now you knocked in a hole-in-one.
This would be top 5, World Series is always going to be number 1. I would say 2007, the way we came back, won a division, will be number 2. Being honored with the MVP, number 3, and this is probably number 4.
How crazy, Mike, not only to get a hole-in-one, but it's his first ever. It happens here at the American Century Championship, and he gets a $325,000 Mastercraft. You kidding me?
We were talking about paying the taxes on that thing. It's not going to be easy, but I think the World Series champ can probably handle it.
We'll figure it out. He did say he just sold his boat in Florida, too, so this is perfect.
Exactly. He's in good shape then. Bring it out to Tahoe next
Let's go.
year. Maybe register it in Tahoe. That makes
I know.
sense.
I like to wake surf. You like to get on boats?
Let's have some fun.
Jimmy, come on, man.
He was giving us all knucks in the press room. He's having a great day. All right, our 19th hole show continues after this. We're hearing from the Chuckster. He had his best round ever in 30 years Friday. What did he do Saturday? Not as good. We'll show you next.
19th Hole Show is sponsored by IBEW Local 401.
Our 19th hole show rolls on following round 2 at the American Century Championship. Mike Stephenson here alongside Alex Margulies. The face of this tournament for a long time was Charles Barkley. You could argue Steph Curry has taken that role now, but Chuck's still one of the fan favorites and one of the best to interact with, and sure enough, had a heck of a round Friday. We had to follow him Saturday to see how he would do in round 2 after 9 points on Friday. Well, let's just say round 2 wasn't as good. Minus 16 points. Had a chance to follow him. Of course, Chris Detch, the Toyabe Pro, is his caddy each and every year. Now, one thing that's great about Chuck, he definitely curses at himself when he doesn't hit good shots, but then he is quick to accommodate the nearby fans right after, taking a lot of pictures, signing a lot of autographs. So the golf took a bit of a step back today. We have heard rumblings that he's doing all right down on the casino floor, though. And then, of course, Saturday, that's a round that he's always going to remember, Alex.
You know what? I think you just got to forget this one because Friday was his best round ever. I mean, to think about how many times he's played in this golf tournament, we saw his swing just completely die a few years ago. I mean, he could not even hit the golf ball. So to go out and get 9 points, and included in that round was holing out an eagle on the golf course. He was in high spirits for sure when he talked to our Nikki Pika afterwards.
Here with Charles Barkley after Friday round, that was pretty good, probably one of the best rounds you've had out here. What was that like, and kind of walk me through the day?
It was a lot of fun. You know, I played with Nate Bargatze, who was awesome, and Larry the Cable Guy. I played as well as I probably ever played. I had a really good time. You know, I've been grinding really hard. My coach, Stan Utley, has been working with me, and I had fun, though. But, you know, I look forward to coming to this event every year. The people up here are tremendous. The weather's always amazing. And I've gotten an affinity for Lake Tahoe, so I look forward to coming to here every year.
That eagle on number 2, what was that like, and did you expect it? What were you feeling when that went in?
No, it was kind of crazy because we couldn't see it. And when the crowd went crazy, it was a great feeling. But, you know, like I say, you know, that's just a luck of the draw. But it was a really fun day out there. The weather was perfect. Like I say, Nate and Larry are awesome guys to play with.
When it comes to just people kind of giving you crap, you know, for your golf game over the years, what did today kind of mean to you, knowing that, hey guys, like I'm right up there with you?
No, it started the last couple of years. Like last year, I had my best finish ever. You know, obviously everybody know I was struggling for like 20 years or more. I had a mental block. I couldn't play golf. I played left-handed a bunch of years. I played with one arm a bunch of years. You know, so I have been to hell and back. But I met a coach who clicked with me, and we just have a great connection. And I've been grinding. So last year was my best finish ever, and I want to do better than that this year.
Obviously, going into Saturday and Sunday, what's kind of the mindset? Just playing loose?
Well, you know, golf is if you're a little bit off, bad stuff can happen. I just have to. So the number one thing under pressure, you have to control your breathing. If you control your breathing, that takes all the tension out of your body and out of your mind. That's a trick great players use. They always tell you, what are you thinking? I said, I'm not thinking about anything on the basketball court. I'm controlling my breathing, because that keeps your heart rate down and your adrenaline down. Anytime you're under pressure, just take longer, deep breaths. So I just got to control my breathing, and that'll take the tension out of your body.
What a great story of perseverance. I mean, to talk about him saying, out of his words, going to hell and back because his golf swing was such a disaster. Yet he still came out here on the golf course, even though he knew he was kind of embarrassing himself during those years. The fact that he's out, been able to turn it around to get to this point where he's playing very competent golf, I think it's something everybody loves, because Charles Barkley is one of the nicest people you will meet out here on the golf course.
Truly a genuinely great person.
Just genuinely great guy. You see him around town, you see him at the casino, you see him here at the golf course. He's so genuinely nice to everybody. He had one more shout out, Chris Detch. Hit the man on his bag. He's been on his bag for 20 years. Head pro at Toyabe Golf Course. This is a lot of fun for both of them.
They had a great Friday, maybe not so great Saturday, but you can't leave the ACC mad, right? I always say that to these guys. Thanks to Chuck for his time. Currently sitting at -7 points, tied for 61st. Now, you know the over-under bet is 65. He's only 1 point away from being 65th, so that's going to be a nail-biter come Sunday.
Get you to bed early tonight, Chuck.
That's for sure. Yeah, you don't need to be down at the Harris Casino floor tonight. All right, well, I tell you what. Charles is looking much more slender, which we love to see, but I can imagine he does enjoy himself a snack on the golf course. We had to ask a few of the competitors, what's your favorite food when you're playing golf, as we head out to break. What's your favorite snack on the golf course?
Tequila grapefruit.
Next one was favorite drink on the golf course, but I guess that covers it. Is there a favorite snack, though?
Well, a snack is the lime that comes in it.
Banana.
I love those orange crackers with peanut butter in them. Those are my favorite golfing snack.
Favorite food on the course?
Ooh, sunflower seeds.
What's your favorite food on the golf course?
Italian.
Protein bar.
Italian food on the golf course, how does that work?
It doesn't.
Show is sponsored by IBEW Local 401.
3, 2, 1, go!
The scene here is amazing. We've got this opportunity because of a couple guys on a bachelor party, Blake Morey and his buddies, started throwing beer over that fence 25 years ago almost now. And the fact that they let us continue to do this is pretty magical. I mean, besides guys drinking out of dirty soccer shoes, we've got a hammer that shotguns beers at a time. We're soccer goals, we got guys running routes. We cut a guy's hair. We had George Kittle cut a guy's hair for charity. We raised over $1,000 and he cut an inch off of his long hair.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it's insane. We got some Oshie chants, which wasn't expecting, but this is always the most fun hole. Getting to 7, you can hear the crowd through the rest of the golf course. So we're excited to get here. Doing a little skin. I'm not at my playing weight right now, so I try to turn away from the cameras, but had some fun with the crowd.
You know, the 17th hole is one of the most special places on this golf course. The 7th during the week, though,
it's a little battle now.
Is a lot of fun. I mean, to watch TJ Oshie do the shoey, had a great time with Kittle. And there were a lot of other guys that came through there as well. You want to come earlier in the week, go hang out on number 7. That is a really fun place to watch this golf
7
tournament.
rivaling 17. You don't even need a boat, though, to get out there. Of
That's
course,
true.
you got to be in the house, though.
Good point.
You saw TJ Oshie in there. Of course, when we come to visit with all these competitors, we talk a lot of golf because they like to talk golf, but we also got to talk about their day jobs. And Oshie is one of a couple competitors who have recently called it a career. Of course, Oshie, one of the greatest NHL players ever. 16 awesome seasons. He's won the Stanley Cup. Joining him in that retirement department, quarterback Derek Carr after 11 NFL seasons. Carr's retirement more injury-driven, which you really hate to see. Nonetheless, both seem to be in a great place. We had a chance to catch up with both of those recent retirees as they're playing a lot more golf nowadays.
Number one is making up for lost time with my family and my wife. As an NFL quarterback, the hours you put in is just crazy. And so this year, I'm doing very little thing. I'm barely doing anything this year. I'll do a couple things here and there for fun. But after this year, I look forward to probably getting into coaching. Obviously, I'll be preaching and doing that all around the world, all around the country. But I'll definitely get into coaching some way, somehow.
I'm really looking forward to not missing any school assemblies and not missing any games, sports games, and hopefully being able to be an assistant coach to some of my girls or my little man. So really looking forward to get back some of that family time that you miss when you're right in it.
All right, so obviously that's a big moment for those two, getting to kind of have that little bit of that victory lap of sorts after retiring. But how about another victory lap for a couple of guys that recently won some championships in the NHL and in the NBA? Matthew Tkachuk, back-to-back Stanley Cup champion. Also Alex Caruso of the Thunder. That's a special feeling, Mike, to be able to walk around this golf course as a champion.
And both of those guys are two-time champs. Tkachuk gets it done back-to-back years with Florida. Caruso won it during COVID in 2020 with the Lakers and then wins it in 25 with the Oklahoma City Thunder. You can bet we caught up with them as well.
It's priceless. I'm not sure it can be measured. I know the city's obviously very proud and very excited. The parade was awesome. They're probably still celebrating, and I bet you that team probably won't pay for meals for a couple of months or a year or so.
It was incredible. We put in so much work, and just long days. It was a long year. Guys getting banged up, but being champion again, we walked together forever.
So maybe there's a little bit of a correlation. I know it seems like after last year's tournament, maybe you were going to get married this weekend here, or just how did that all kind of happen?
Yeah, it was either this or next weekend, and I made sure we make the wedding next weekend so I could be here.
We heard Jonathan Thomas, American Century Investment CEO, tell us that story about how Tkachuk called him right after last year today. Can I come back next year?
He's like, I'm not trying to be pushy.
My wedding. Yeah.
I just kind of need to know if I'm coming back because I have a wedding and I'm trying to figure out.
That's good stuff. All right, coming up next, we've had a lot of great guests join us this week. The best of what we've captured so far, including a Hall of Famer. That's next on the 19th Hole Show.
The 19th Hole Show is sponsored by IBEW Local 401.
Mike and Alex back with you here after Saturday at the ACC. Our 19th Hole Show rolls on. But, of course, we've been covering the heck out of this tournament since Wednesday when we first arrived. And we had a trio of great guests join us right here. Here's the best of what we got with Grant Hill, George Kittle, and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Jim Nance actually got me into golf, and we worked together for years doing the Final Four. And he said, look, you have to play. And he got me, sponsored me into a great course, a great club, and I said, hey, if Jim Nance says I have to play, I have to play. So I thank Jim from time to time, and I blame Jim from time to time.
You sang Creed.
I did.
And you crushed. I got to tell you, he didn't win. When you started singing Creed, I think I kind of had a little tear.
With arms wide open, baby.
I think people had lighters out.
I did. I saw some lighters.
How did you pull that off?
You know what? I sing Creed, Nickelback, or Hinder, so that's about that's my range. I had to sing Kelly Clarkson one time at the NFL Honors, and that was a struggle for me. So just got to know your role.
Are you happy with your performance? Were you pleased?
I was stoked with it. It gets the people going. You got to know your crowd too, and I think it was a Creed crowd.
My brother Sean volunteered to go up on stage and sing the karaoke with Kittle, which was great. And then, as you mentioned, we took it to the Lucky Beaver and we put in 10 songs in a row into touch tunes of Creed and got the whole bar going.
I want to hang out with Ryan Fitzpatrick over at the Beaver playing some Creed. I did not have that on my bingo card going into the weekend. That Creed would have such a prominent exposure here at the American Century Championship.
I was just going to say, how about the resurrection of Creed? They're just back bankrolling all these hits from the 90s, which you love to see.
100%.
You absolutely love to see it. Thanks to all those guests for stopping by. They do not have to do that each and every year, but they were very gracious to do it. How about the Grant Hill Hall of Fame?
So good. NBA on NBC.
Go. Coming up.
Let's go.
Round Ball Rock. Insert it into my veins. All right. All of those full interviews can be seen at NevadaSportsNet.com. We have so much content on our social media channels as well as our YouTube page. All right. Our 19th Hole Show rolls on after this. We're wrapping a bow on Saturday and looking ahead to Sunday. Stick with us.
19th Hole Show is sponsored by IBEW Local 401.
All right, wrapping things up here on our 19th Hole Show, we will have another one for your viewing pleasure after Sunday's final round, which should be one for the books. As we mentioned up off the top 8 within 8 points of each other. Taylor Twellman, Joe Pavelski tied at 44. Who gets it done, Alex?
It's pretty crazy, in our pre-tournament pool, A bunch of us in the office picked Joe Pavelski
Half of our team.
without any consultation, and you and I both picked Pavelski. Are you sticking with Pavelski
I'm
going
absolutely
into tomorrow?
sticking with the reigning runner-up. Taylor Twellman's only his second year here. He can get his later on. Joe's birthday was Friday. His 17-year anniversary was Saturday. Sunday, he wins the ACC, and it's an all-time great weekend for Joe Pavelski and his family.
I'm trying to think about how many points he's getting. He's 44 now. I'm going to give him a 24-point Sunday.
So 68 gets it done.
68.
That'd be pretty low, but that'd be nice.
See what happens.
And we'll have you covered on the 19th hole show coming up on Sunday. For Alex Margulies, shout out to our entire crew. We'll see you then.